It's the Aunt Nae Nae Show! Hey!
Hey kids, it's Aunt Nae Nae here, and today I'm going to read you a book that I wrote called The Little Ice Cream Cone. Here it goes. The Little Ice Cream Cone, an Aunt Nae Nae book. At the ice cream parlor, the ice cream man scooped some rainbow ice cream into a crispy waffle cone. And that's how the little ice cream cone was born. He was then given to an eager, happy little girl. She walked a little ways through the park, and then she dropped the little ice cream cone on the ground. Such a tragedy. The girl cried, and her mother tried to console her, but soon they just moved along, leaving the little ice cream cone sitting there. And then the little ice cream cone, whose name was Walter, cried too, to be left all alone. But then a magical fairy appeared, and she said, "Do not be troubled, my sweet little ice cream cone. I will grant you as many wishes as you like, anything your heart desires." Walter thought for a moment, and then he said, "I wish to go on a magical adventure." The fairy waved her wand and said, "And so let it be. Goodbye." And then she disappeared. Nothing happened at first, and Walter was confused. But then, poof! He was transported to a magical realm in which there were purple elephant people flying around on giant peanuts. The little ice cream cone had become enormous, even bigger than the purple elephant people. Walter said, "Behold, attention all who listen. I want to go on a magical adventure. Who will help me?" The elephant people shrugged and kept going about their own business. But then a gargantuan blue hand reached for the ice cream cone and picked it up. Next thing Walter knew, he found himself in a different world. It was a realm of giants. The blue hand belonged to a young giant child. "Please don't eat me. I want to go on a magical adventure. Could you help me?" asked Walter. The giant child giggled and put the little ice cream cone inside her tank of giant fish and walked away. This is not turning out the way I wanted, thought Walter. Then one of the fish said, "Hello there." "Don't eat me," pleaded Walter. "I want to go on a magical adventure. Can you help me?" No," said the fish and swam away. Walter got tired all of a sudden, so he fell asleep. And when he awoke, he was on a vast ocean, floating in a canoe by himself. "Hello, anybody there?" Walter yelled. "All I want is to go on a magical adventure. Is that too much to ask? Can anybody help me?" Just then, a pterodactyl appeared and scooped him up out of the canoe and flew away with the little ice cream cone clutched between its talons. "Please don't eat me," cried Walter. "I'm not going to eat you. I don't like ice cream, but I can take you to the shore." "Okay," said Walter. He began to think that he was never going to have any magical adventure. The little ice cream cone fell asleep again, and then suddenly, plop, he landed on solid ground. But it was made of cake, and Walter felt like he belonged there. He said to anyone who might be listening, "I want to go on a magical adventure. Can anybody help me?" No one answered. There was no one there. So the little ice cream cone sighed and looked around him. The tree trunks were made of peanut brittle, and the leaves on the trees were made of green frosting. Maybe this was where he belonged, Walter thought. And so he just sat there for a while. And then, poof, the fairy appeared again. "Hey, you didn't grant my wish," said Walter. "I said I wanted to go on a magical adventure, but I haven't had any magical adventure yet." "But don't you see, you did go on a magical adventure, although it may not have been what you expected. You saw purple elephant people flying on giant peanuts. You saw giant people and giant fish, and you got to go on the ocean and see a pterodactyl, and you got to fly. And you got to come here, where the ground is made of cake and the trees are made of peanut brittle and frosting. But if you are not satisfied with that, then I will take you back home," said the fairy. "So what you're saying is," said Walter, "I should have appreciated the adventure that I had and not worry about the one that I didn't have?" "Precisely so," said the fairy. "Let's go home," said Walter. Poof! The little ice cream cone found himself back in the park, and the same little girl as before was holding him. But this time she did not drop him. Walter had a feeling that he was about to have a great adventure, and he smiled. The end. Well, that's my book. I hope you liked it. Remember, kids,
You are kind, you are smart, you are important. Bye!